Guys, I didn't build wealth from one big idea. I actually built 7 different income streams. And the strange part is this: the one I thought would make the most money didn't. And the one I almost didn't start at all has really changed my entire financial life. I started most of this after age 40. And a few of these things I'm gonna talk about in this video, I started after age 50. So if you ever felt like it's just too late for you, or you missed your window of opportunity, it's not too late. So I'm gonna walk you through these 7 income streams that actually put money in my life after age 40 and what it really took to make each one work. Now, the first income stream after age 40, and actually after age 50, is this YouTube channel that you're watching. I started this channel in April of 2021 when I was almost 51 years old. I didn't know lighting, I didn't know how to edit, I didn't know thumbnails, and if you go back and look at my first few videos, I didn't even really know where to look on the camera, right? I talked slow, I stumbled over my words, and I was nervous back then, right? But I just punched fear in the face and hit record and did it anyway. I didn't get monetized on YouTube for about 18 months. And so I got monetized in December of 2022. And my first check on YouTube came January of 2023. Now, here we are 3 years later, over 1,000 videos later, over 700,000 subscribers, and over 50 million total views. And I want to tell you the truth, okay? My growth on YouTube didn't just come from just one video. It really came from just showing up over and over and over again. Even when hardly anybody was watching the channel, I had to just do it and just record. And I didn't try to be perfect when I first came on YouTube. I just tried to be a little bit better every single time I uploaded a video. And if you're thinking about starting something, a channel, a YouTube channel, a business, or just anything, this is what I would tell you. Consistency beats talent almost every time. And here's the thing. Here's what surprised me. The YouTube channel ended up changing more than just my income. So listen, if you ever have questions about YouTube or starting a YouTube channel, just ask me in the comments below and I'm happy to help. Now, my second stream of income actually started long before YouTube, and it's rental property. I bought my first rental property when I was 30 years old. That was about 25 years ago. And I actually bought 6 rental properties. And to this very day, I still own 2 of them. And here's the biggest lesson that I can give you about real estate, because I know a lot of people want to get into real estate in terms of investing. Rental property is not about the excitement that you see on social media, okay? Real estate is really about discipline. It's about being steady, being boring. And listen, if you want to own rental properties, you need to forget about this idea that rentals is somehow passive income. It's not passive. It's a ton of work. And in terms of residential real estate, it takes thick skin to deal with people and tenants, right? The biggest mistake that I see people make with rental properties, residential rental properties, is that they over leverage themselves, meaning they put only a tiny amount of money down because they want to use OPM, other people's money, and they end up having one big old payment for a mortgage, and they don't have enough room or enough margin between what they pay on the mortgage and the rents that come in. So they have this little tiny amount of margin, making 10 houses, making $100 and $200 each on all 10 houses. That's a mistake. Another problem I see is people just rushing into bad deals just to do a deal or just to say they own real estate. And here's a big one that I see, a big problem I see in real estate, is that a lot of people, when they own residential real estate, they don't screen tenants carefully enough, right? I see more people spend more time getting the carpet right and pretty, getting all the lighting all nice and gorgeous, right? They end up spending more time on that stuff than figuring out who should actually go into the property. So I will say this: when you own residential real estate, tenant screening is 80% of success in real estate. Not the paint color or the granite countertops or the HGTV upgrades. Like, none of that really matters. The tenant, if you don't get the right tenant, nothing else really matters, because a bad tenant will tear all that stuff up. Also, make sure that if you want to buy rental properties, you come into real estate with cash reserves. In other words, have some money. One of the main reasons people lose property is because they just don't have enough money to upkeep. They get a tenant that doesn't pay for a few months or tears the place up, or the house is sitting empty and they can't afford the upkeep. So don't buy a piece of property if only one repair can financially hurt you. Look, I've made many videos on this channel about exactly how I screen tenants and manage properties, because I want regular people to understand that real estate is doable, but only if you do it right. Now, the third stream of income is coaching and mentoring. I was a school teacher and a basketball coach for nearly 13 years. So helping people improve, guiding people through a system, or just encouraging people, that's been a part of my life for over 30 years, and it's a part of my purpose. And at some point, I realized information helps people, but accountability changes people, right? So I started working with people directly, one-on-one coaching and group coaching through my 4-step financial reset, all coming right here out of this channel. I never did want to be the person who was just giving out financial tips, right, on this YouTube channel. What I really wanted was for people to gain confidence with money, to stop feeling overwhelmed by their money, and to actually have a plan and a strategy with their money. So if you want to learn more about that, there's a link in the description below, but also feel free to just ask questions in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. Now, another income stream that surprised me was digital products. You work extremely hard up front to create a digital product, and you create something really one time. That's the beauty of digital products. And then these digital products continue helping people long after they're created. So I've made courses and I've made workshops, and my newest digital product is my book, Manage Your Way to Millions. The goal of this book was simple, just to help people organize their money before trying to grow their money. Because what happens is most people don't have an income problem. Some people do have an income problem, but a lot of people don't. What people have is a management problem. So you can find this book on Amazon, or you can find it over at manageyourwaytomillions.com. And here's what I like most about these digital products. It's not just the income. It's the fact that somebody who I may never meet, right, don't even know who they are, but this person can improve their life from something that I created one time. That's amazing to me, okay? And it's a blessing that I don't take lightly. Now, my fifth stream of income is my Patreon community. Now, on Patreon, this is where I share things that I don't always share on YouTube or publicly, right? Behind the scenes stuff, my thoughts, motivation, and a smaller group environment is on Patreon, where I can interact directly with people. For some people, information from videos is enough and it's plenty. Cool. But there's another group of people who they want more of a community, and they want a sense of personal accountability. And that's really what Patreon provides. It's more personal, it's more interactive. And honestly, one of the most rewarding parts of what I do on Patreon is the ability to connect to people in a more personal way over there on Patreon. So look, if you want to join us on Patreon, please check out the link in the description box of this video. It'd be nice to see you over there. Now, the sixth stream of income, and here's one that a lot of people probably wouldn't expect. I still have a job. So let me get this out the way, okay? You're never gonna hear me criticize honest work on this YouTube channel, okay? I've worked jobs for about 40 years of my life, more than 20 different jobs. I've done everything from clean floors on the night crew at Walmart back in the 90s, to being a waiter, to being an automotive technician at Jiffy Lube, to selling shoes, cleaning trucks out at U-Haul. I worked at Home Depot in the flooring department with the orange apron, the whole get up, right? I've done a lot of things. I've done it all, right? My very first job was I was a cook at Kentucky Fried Chicken when I was 15 years old. See, a lot of these jobs I did while I was building businesses and while I was building income streams. All the while, I just kept on working. Why? Well, because for me, I'm a bit old school, and a job provides, for me, job stability. Entrepreneurship is cool, it's great, it's wonderful. I'm an entrepreneur, but it also comes with a lot of risk. And not everybody wants to live with that level of uncertainty. So my jobs over the years have given me a sense of security while I built on the side everything else slowly and carefully. I never tried to replace my job overnight. I just layered income streams on top of the job. So I didn't jump off a cliff hoping that I was going to parachute my way down and somehow miraculously I was going to make it. No, for me, keeping a job felt like a safer way to build wealth. So for the last 23 years, I've worked for the federal government, and I like it. Now, the last stream of income, number 7, is what I call small monetization streams, okay? Affiliate links on this YouTube channel, brand partnerships, and some merchandise, right? I got some merch, right? Some sweatshirts and t-shirts and all that. None of these things that I lumped into this number 7 are huge individually, right? But together, they just add another layer of income that I receive every month. And that's actually the lesson of this entire video. Wealth rarely comes from one big thing for most people. It usually comes from multiple small streams of income stacked on top of each other over time. So look, those are the 7 income streams that actually made me money after age 40. This video is not to brag or to boast or to say, look at me, but it's to tell you something super important. It's not too late. You don't have to start at 30 or 35. You don't need a perfect plan to get going. You don't need permission. What you need is just consistency and being able to still do something even if you're scared, right? It's also about patience and just the willingness to get started before you feel like you're ready. Listen, if you got value from this video, please just share this video with someone who thinks they started too late or somebody who thinks they can't do it for any particular reason. And also, drop me a comment. I read the comments and I truly enjoy helping you, so please feel free to ask questions. And by the way, I've listed every job that I ever worked in the description box below. So check that out. And if you've ever had one of those jobs, tell me in the comments. I bet some of them you have. The best person who's going to take care of that old you is the young you. Guys, take good care of yourself and take care of other people. Until the next video, peace.